Hey guys, we are back with another Marvel Legends review, another Demogoblin wave figure, and another figure that I really don't have a lot of experience with as far as character goes. I know what this is, but it's kind of outside of my wheelhouse. So today we're taking a look at Superior Octopus, so a Spider-Man, Otto Octavius, Dr. Octopus kind of mashup style character here. We've got this guy in the standard Legends box, figure in the window, Spider-Man logo down there on the bottom. You've got some artwork on this side, and then the back of the package has a product shot of the figure and then a lineup for the wave, as well as a small write-up of what's going on with this guy. So let's do it. Let's pull him out and take a look. All right, and here he is out of the package, our Superior Octopus figure. A character, a version of characters that frankly I really know nothing about. Some sort of Dr. Octopus, Spider-Man merging, cloning, consciousness sharing type of thing. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It has made for a really cool looking action figure. And I say looking because there are a few things that bug me about this guy. But he's pretty good. I really like the overall design of the suit for this guy. So if it was just some sort of octopus man with a really cool techie suit without the arms, I'd be even happier. So we're going to take a look real quick, see how this guy moves around. I'm going to take his arms off, his tentacles off, because they're just going to get in the way of doing this. So this just pops off. It's a little backpack, basically. And you're left with a rather familiar looking body, but maybe not exactly. So you've got a head that can look all the way up. He can look all the way down, and you can rotate just fine. There is a butterfly joint, so forward and backward really well. Arms go out, they rotate at the shoulder. You've got a bicep swivel. We've got double jointed elbows to give you pretty good range of motion. And then you've got hinges and rotation at the wrist. I thought at first that this was the Sunfire body, and the arms seem to be the Sunfire arms, the legs seem to be the Sunfire legs, but the torso is not, and either this is new or I'm just really blanking on what torso this is, because this has a diaphragm cut instead of an ab crunch. So normally the Sunfire body has an ab crunch. It goes backwards, it goes forwards, it goes side to side, and then it rotates. It works pretty well with the figure having the tentacles, just for ease of use, really. He's got a waist twist. Legs go out about that far. They kick forward about 90 degrees, and then they go backwards a little bit. You've got a thigh cut, double jointed knees, you've got a boot cut, and then you've got rocker, and you've got hinges down at those ankles. So he is really similar to the Sunfire body, but again, it's either new, this torso is either new, or it's just blanking on me where it comes from. Either way, he does move pretty well, and he is quite agile, which of course seems to be the case for this particular character, and I've had really no issues getting him into solid dynamic poses, even with the tentacles on him. And speaking of those tentacles, of course, we've got to put those back on him. And let's just go ahead and talk about them, because to begin with, they are a backpack. So they peg into two holes on the back. It's just a piece right there. Pop it back in, put the arms in. You are in business. These are an example of Hasbro not learning from their mistakes with Dr. Octopus. We do not have bendy arms. These are still molded plastic arms, and for the most part, they're okay. I don't really like some of the poses on them. You can swap them in and out. Some arms work better in different ports than others, and they are lettered, but they aren't keyed. So I assume they're just lettered for molding purposes and not to actually give you an indication of where they should go. They're lettered A, B, C, and D, and there's nothing to match them up as far as the holes go. They do work in every hole, but they don't necessarily look great in all of them. Some are better than others. They are smaller than Doc Ock, so they're not anything. You're not going to be swapping tentacles between figures or anything like that. They're entirely different. They're smaller and thinner, but they do look cool. I mean, I really like the idea of this character, despite the fact that I have no knowledge of really what's going on here. I really like the way this guy looks. I'm just not all that happy with the tentacles in practice. They look cool, but they're not all that dynamic, and they kind of get in the way from time to time. So your mileage may vary on how difficult they are for you. I've had some fun with them. You know, they definitely do what they're supposed to do, but I really just wish we could have gotten bendy wire tentacles. They would have made this figure probably the star of the wave for me. And he's up there, but he's not number one. So we do have a pretty cool looking figure though, and I do really like this suit. Something about this color scheme, the gray and the black and then the neon green, absolutely does it for me. Just this type of body works really well. This kind of slim yet really built body works exceptionally well for just any kind of action figure for me. I love the Octopus logo on his chest here with the two big eyes and then the tentacles that run down. You've got some more green stripes that run around the shoulders. The back of the figure is kind of sparse in terms of paint detail, but you've got more of that gray and some black lines that run up to the head. And then you've got that head sculpt that has a really, really nice minimalistic, simplified design. It's just kind of like almost glasses up there, which of course works in the Dr. Octopus kind of mashup design. You got basically those goggles up there, and then they have that really bright green design. And I have really no issues with the paint on my figure outside of one little swipe on the chest here, which is definitely unfortunate, but the rest of him looks really good. He's even got kind of like racing stripes almost down the shins and on the boots, and then he's got a few little bangles on his wrists and a little bit of paint detail on the gauntlets here as well. He's just he's just a cool looking design that works really well. Like at his base form without the tentacles, I think I like him a little bit more, but since he's supposed to have those tentacles, I'm kind of going to have him always on. They just sort of get in the way, and again, it's the lack of bendy wires that really kind of just take the oomph out of this figure for me, because you only have so many posing opportunities when they're already set in stone. You really can't do a whole lot to change these unless, of course, you figure out a way to absolutely undo the molding process and just flatten them out and then reshape them, which is a hell of a lot easier said than done. So overall, this guy is pretty good. There's not a great deal to complain about with this one. It's more nitpicky pet peeve kind of stuff. Your mileage may vary on how well you like or dislike these tentacles. They just don't really hit the mark for me. They're there, they're close, but if they were bendy wires, you know, I've said it too many times at this point, if they were bendy wires, this guy would steal the show, because I absolutely love the design. I love the body they put him on. I just wish that I could do a little bit more with these arms. I think the general design of the figure is really well done. The arms do look good. I like the way they're implemented with the little backpack, and I love the paint applications on this figure. The color combinations alone are absolutely worth the price of admission, because he just looks cool and he pops against a lot of other figures with that neon green paint. So that's going to do it for this look at the Marvel Legends Superior Octopus figure. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and until next time.